This is Ramsis.
And I'm TheVespor.
And we're here to bring you Back in Time, episode number 5. Where we take a look at something from the past that we still enjoy to this day. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe as we bring you many more of these Back in Times in the future. Today's subject will be commercial jingles. So I figured since I'm trying to get TheVespor into some old-time commercials, and I'm the big fan here, I compiled another list, and this list is going to be of commercials just with jingles from start to finish. So the whole entire commercial is a song.
Oh, so you took my advice from that Diablo 2 playthrough and are just wanting to actually hear other people sing like I said you should.
Yes, I took your advice to heart here. He wants to hear others sing, not me. So here's some examples. We'll pick about 8 or so commercials from the past. 70s to 90s commercials. They all had jingles from start to finish. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And you'll see that I'm not the only one just singing songs. They had songs in these commercials all throughout our childhood. Alright, we're going to start out with a classic. I think anyone that's chewed gum before will see this, because this is a very long-lasting campaign. It's for Juicy Fruit Gum from the 1980s to 90s.
Get your teeth shined up, grab a stick of juicy fruit. The taste is gonna move ya. Take a sniff, pull it out. The taste is gonna move you when you pop it in your mouth. Juicy fruit is gonna move ya. It juices soft, it gets right to ya. Juicy fruit, the taste is gonna move ya.
Taste is gonna move you. Now that's as classic as it gets. You remember the Juicy Fruit with the 25 cents on it?
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I used to get all the time as a kid. And I mean, come on now. It's bragging that's going to move you. They're getting their skis shined up. They're going to grab some juicy fruit. They're going to move. And buddy, do they move. However, I still have to sit here and wonder, why are they putting in juicy fruit to make you move like that?
And what I love is they'll take the thing out, they'll shove it so its face always, and the guy's like, oh, that's juicy fruit. Like a citrus flavor, I guess, right?
Yeah.
You want to go with?
I'll say this, it tastes petty.
Right, that was fun, yeah, so that was a good song. Glad you like that one. So yeah, I know what I'm doing here. I told you. Like,
so far, you're making up for that scene you made on that Diablo 2 playthrough.
Alright, folks, we're moving on. But now this is for a famous toy commercial. Now, I think you might have seen this one. It's a very catchy song. I think you'll like it. Lego, here we go.
I know a boy, his name is Zach. He loves to fish, he loves to stack. Yes, construction is his knack. He's Zach, the Lego maniac. He builds in the windows, off the wall. He builds them big, he builds them small. In Lego land, he'll rock and roll. He's Lego wild, out of control. Zach, he's a Lego maniac. Zach.
Legoland, King's Castle, Airport, Cosmic Fleet Voyager, sold separately from Lego Systems.
Well now, this commercial shows me this is Zach fellow. He must have no friends, because did you see the amount of Legos this boy had?
Well, yeah, his whole room was filled there. Wasn't he, like, talking to them at one point? He had on his finger, like, they're his friends, and he's just obsessed with it. Yes, I think the guy has nobody but these Legos, and I think he's built a whole imaginary world based on these Lego figures.
He needs to get outside more and do something with his life other than play with Legos.
What'd you think of the song, though?
It doesn't move me like the other song did.
All right. So
but it was catchy, and it was fun, and you know what? It's relatable. As a kid back during that age, I like stuff like that.
So, yep, be Lego Maniacs again. I hope that brought a blast from the past to everybody. So now let's move on to food, because yes, even food had catchy jingles in them. Here we go.
Nothing beats a Stouffer's pizza, luscious toppings on a French bread crust so crispy brown. All those great ingredients, it's so easy to pick up, but so hard to put down. Help yourself, help yourself, help yourself to Stouffer's Pizza. Real cheese toppings, yes indeed. Just one hand is all you need. Help yourself, help yourself, help yourself to Stouffer's Pizza. Help yourself to...
Now that's a catchy jingle you got, man.
I told you in the Juicy Fruit commercial, I don't know what's in it to make them so motivated. But now I'm starting to wondering, did they put drugs in that Stouffer's? Because I mean, look how obsessed they are about this. I've had Stouffer's Pizza. It doesn't make me want to go, oh joy, I'm going to hold this and play ping pong and do other things. And it makes me go, oh, I had $1. I wanted Stouffer's Pizza.
I made Stouffer's Pizza too. The thing I get has these little strings and it's all frozen and globbed on it. Here it looked like a fresh pizza right out of the oven. I'm like, wow, why can't I get that out of the box?
That fishing pole that he lost in the lake did not cost $1. You would probably buy about 50 Stouffer's for the price of that.
That is the funniest part of the commercial. He picks up the pizza, And he's like, fishing or eat a Stouffer's pizza.
As a fisherman myself, I can tell you which one I would prioritize. And it's not the Stouffer.
And now, did you think it was a catchy jingle? It's upbeat, it's so 80s sounding, you know?
Well, of all the ones we've watched so far, this Stouffer's one is the one that sort of suspends reality. Something's wrong with this commercial on a fundamental level.
Right, is Stouffer's really the best pizza in the world? Fishing or Stouffer's? I'll take the fishing.
And especially with the way things are now, I mean, grab it and you can probably throw it in a microwave. Why don't you just eat the pizza before doing these activities?
One hand is all you need, folks, and we'll leave it at that before we get to...
yeah, what are they doing with that other hand?
Now I'm going to move on to an epic one. Thought the other songs were alright. This one, I know you're going to like. This is so over the top, and you're not going to believe this is all for a soft drink. Here we go, from 1982, Coca-Cola.
Okay, kids, take a break.
Coke is it?
Coke is it? The most refreshing way to make the most of every day. And wherever you go and whatever you do, there's something big waiting for me and you. Coke is it?
The biggest taste you've ever found.
Coke is it?
The one that never let you down.
Coke is it? The most refreshing taste around. Coke is it?
It's the smile you can't hide, 'cause it comes from inside.
Like the time that you spend with your family and friends. It's the way that you feel when you know it's real. Coke is it? The most refreshing taste around. Coke is it? Coke is it?
Now that, you have to admit, was an epic, over-the-top, Broadway production of a commercial.
Now, this commercial had a heck of a lot of energy here. And, you know, unlike Juicy Fruit, I know what's in Coke. It has so much sugar in it, so I could actually believe it pumping up these people to do what they just said. Just the 80s was a time of just spontaneous energy. This one's like, hey, let's take a break, but let's sing and dance and prepare ourselves for the next scene while drinking Coke.
Yeah, I love how it's just so spontaneous, too. The guy's like, alright, take a break, guys. And like, take a break? No way. And, he starts, and they just riff into a random song because someone had a sip of Coke. I think it's great. That's so 80s. But did you like the song?
Well, I'm not a Coke fan. I am a Mountain Dew fan, so I really can't speak one way or the other to it. But I tell you what, for a Coke commercial, it was peppy, it was zingy, had a nice beat, and I'd say, yeah, it's a good...
Alright, so far we're doing well. Vesper is pleased with the choice I made. I told you, I learned my lesson. Let's move on to a toy item. Now, I think anyone growing up in the 80s, any kid in the 80s has to know this. I guarantee you've heard this if you grew up in the 80s, and it's My Buddy.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. Wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. I'll teach him everything that I know. My buddy and me like to climb up a tree. My buddy and me, we're the best friends that could be. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me.
Here's what I gotta say about this. None of my friends had My Buddy. They had real friends. The one kid that I did know that had a My Buddy, I do believe it was gifted to him and he didn't play with it.
It's another one of those items that everyone knew the commercial, everyone knew the song, but no one knew anyone that actually was willing to admit. Maybe people did have and they didn't want to admit it, but no one was willing to admit they had a My Buddy.
Boys get action figures. You wanted G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man. You wanted all these things. I didn't want My Buddy.
So yeah, in the commercial, he's pretty much just doing things he would anyway do, so I don't get what the point of it is. And he has friends. What do you think about the song?
I actually think this song gets into your head and you can't get it out no matter what. I still remember, like, over a decade after this thing stopped being sold. And you're sitting there that it's stuck in your head. I think everybody was singing the song, but nobody owned anything.
Right, everyone sung the song, but no one bought the item. So it's another one of those successful commercials, but not successful in selling the item, successful in getting you to sing a song. So that's what this is all about, commercial jingles and those songs we can't forget. Alright, so time for some more candy. You got me in the mood again. Let's play something a little different. I think this one you're going to find very interesting. It's from 1989 for a famous candy bar. Whatchamacallit? That's right.
What'd you say?
Thingamabob, gobbledygook, what's its face? Whatchamacallit, whatever it is, whatever it was, chocolatey chocolate. Whatchamacallit, how's it go? Wowzum-doo, chew-gooey caramel. Whatchamacallit, doohickey, you know what I mean, peanutty crispies. Chewy, chocolatey, crunchy, Doodad, Skidamarie, more than a mouthful. It's whatchamacallit. Whatchamacallit.
You know what this reminds me of, Ramses?
What's that?
Nickelodeon.
Oh, you mean all those old logos they used to do with all the pictures flashing by and the songs?
Yeah.
Where they had that same exact pop art style.
That's right. It's actually called American Pop Art.
Oh, how about that? I didn't know that was actually. And it's very cool. This was a late 80s commercial. We were going to the 90s, so it was that transition period.
Honestly, this is one of the few songs I remember well to this day. Because I'm sure Ramses can attest to sometimes I just pop out and go whatchamacallit from time to time.
Right.
Thing is, I didn't really like the candy bar to begin with,
neither.
but I love the song.
Unfortunately, another one of those commercials where the song is so memorable, it gets the item to your head very well, but fortunately, Hershey, the item kind of sucks.
I've had whatchamacallits. I think they're an alright candy bar, but in all honesty, it was only slightly different than Snickers, and I preferred Snickers.
Alright, now what do you think of the commercial itself? There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. You had spaceships exploding, faces, things zooming, slinky cat eating it or something. It was all over.
I loved it because of all this randomness going on. It's a fun commercial, it gets in your head, it doesn't get out. Yeah, whatchamacallit suck. Ha!
Let's move on to the next one, but that was a fun one. So far, I picked some good songs. I think Vesper approves. And now I think he'll really approve of this. Let's go back to Coke, but it's diet version with one of our favorite celebrities ever in it. You're not going to believe who shows up in this one. Stay tuned.
Just for the rock of it, just for the roll of it. Diet Coke. Just for the look of it, just for the kick of it, the real cola taste of it. Diet Coke. Just for the joy of it. Just for the just for the love of it. Just for the one of it. From CocaCola. Just for the taste of it. Diet Coke.
Well, I don't like Coke or Diet Coke. I tell you what, I love this commercial. The song was mediocre, but it was everything in the commercial that made it special. It was the quintessential 80s, as I remember. You had Weird Al, you had fanny packs, you had the Ghostbusters, you had a starlet on stage, you even had a one-man band.
Don't forget the unicycle. We had a guy just riding the unicycle. I will admit I am a fan of Diet Coke, and I just like the taste of it. How can you not be a fan of this commercial? Forget the drink. This is just such a crazy commercial. You have all these 80s things going on all mixed together, and then you finish it off with the Ghostbusters logo drinking it. I was like, wow, you can't get any more cool than that. I think the jingle's fun. No, it's not nearly as good as the Coke that we already listened to.
Well, I do like it. I mean, unfortunately, though, as a jingle, I'd have to rate it kind of low because it doesn't stick in your head. All the other ones will stick in your head. This one, you're going to remember it for all the reasons I mentioned.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Alright, so there you go. That was another example of a commercial jingle at the time. I have another one here that I think you'll enjoy. It was for very famous Give Me a Break advertising. I think you'll all know it from the late 80s.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
You can keep it to yourself, but it wouldn't be fair, 'cause that chocolate crispy taste is loved
Everywhere. So give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Now that's a catchy song.
I mean, I love Kit Kats to this day. This was one of those products where the song actually truly represented what it was selling.
This is so catchy, and this actually did sell the product well, because I did enjoy Kit Kat. You got it into your head when you heard this. You did think of Kit Kat. This commercial worked very well with the song.
The jingle sticks with you. I still sung this song to this day, alright?
And I like the things that were going on in this commercial. You had things balanced on the head, you had a baseball team, you had the people in front of the city hall, you had a construction worker, and they're all crazy. They're all singing the song in unison together, and I thought that was a very good setup.
Well, showing that it's for everybody. It wasn't exclusive to like little kids like my buddy. I sort of miss these commercials like this. Now you showed me all these awesome commercials. I definitely miss a lot of these because they add a lot of pizzazz to the product.
I wish they still did these fun jingles. It's a great time, and that's what we're here to honor our past, and hopefully something that you can still enjoy to this day, as we say.
Well, I guess that wraps it up for this.
Wait a minute, TheVespor. You think it's out? No, I got one more surprise for you. You were so kind to surprise us in our Christmas commercial we did last year. I want to surprise you now with one last commercial. You're going to love this one. It's a surprise. I think you'll know this one very well. But alright, here it is, everybody. Commercial from the late 80s.
Hi, may I take your order, please?
Big Mac, McDLT, a quarter pounder with some cheese fillet, a fish, a hamburger, a cheeseburger, a Happy Meal, McNuggets, tasty golden french fries, regular and larger sizes, salad, chef, a garden, or a chicken salad, oriental, big breakfast, a McMuffin, hot dog cakes and sausages, maybe biscuits, bacon, egg and cheese and sausage, Danish hash brown, 2 and 4 dessert, hot apple pies and sundaes, 3 varieties of soft serve, 3 kinds of shakes and chocolate, chip cookies, and to drink a Coca-Cola, Diet Coke and orange drink is right, and coffee, decaf, 2 a low-fat milk, also an orange juice. I love McDonald's, good time, great taste, and I get this all at one place.
Would you like that to go?
So yeah, there you go, Big Mac with DLT, Carnival.
Hey,
oh, it's
wait,
so great.
wait.
What's the problem?
You broke all your promises that you gave me in that Diablo 2 playthrough.
What? I don't know what you
I
did.
said no more you singing and no more of that song.
But it's so catchy. The guy was doing exactly what I said.
Your parents were going to disown you because of this song. I'm going to disown you. No, wait, I can't do that. I like this channel too much. So instead, I'm just going to go to swift and blinding violence.
Professor, what are you doing? Wait. No, we're just kidding. Wait a minute.
Well, there we go. That was a wonderful review on some random jingles that the late Ramses has shown us all. And I really do hope you enjoyed the show. And let it be reminded to all that when you give your word not to do something, don't break your word. Ain't that right, Ramses? Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell. Goodbye, everybody!